Wheelman is about the over-the-top Hollywood cinematic stunts. We call it the ultimate car chase experience that is in the player's control. It's not just movies, it's in the player's control. We set the game in Barcelona, and the game is starring Vin Diesel. He plays our main character, Milo Burek. He is infiltrating some gangs. There's a Hollywood-style plot. We've brought Hollywood writers who've come in, done it. A lot of our cutscenes are all done with the original Vin voiceover, a lot of Hollywood actors. He comes in, does it. We work with Vin to do the game. He reviews it, gives us comments. We work with his company, Tygon Studios. They were just out a couple weeks ago visiting, playing the game with us, giving comments. We send the build back to his studio a lot. He gives us a lot of feedback. It's been a lot of fun to work with Vin Diesel on this game. We picked Barcelona for Wheelman. One of the big reasons is we wanted to have an international flavor. Barcelona is just a great city for that. But one of the things Barcelona has that's really great is it's got a lot of diverse roads, which is great for a driving game like Wheelman. It's got 4-lane roads, it's got little alleys. So for our motorcycles, that's terrific. You can't drive a car down, narrow streets for take a motorcycle down it instead. But it's also got big roads around the city. It's got the marina. Also, it's got a lot of great iconic architecture, which we have in the game. The Gaudi buildings, the Sagrada Familia, the Arc de Triomphe, not Paris's, but they have their own. I didn't know that. They have a lot of just great things that set up themselves very well for a video game. In this game, he has been really involved on a lot of levels. The script is the best example because he had to do the voiceover session for that. He was actually in the voiceover studio till about 3 in the morning, making sure he got it exactly the way he wanted it. He worked personally with the script writers that he hand-selected to do a lot of those. He plays the game, he gives comments. I've sat in the room with him. It's amazing how much of a gamer he is. He's actually sat for a long time with our creative director, Simon, and they've sat and discussed, at length a lot of very specific details on how gameplay works and a lot of those things. My favorite move in this game is the vehicle melee. I'm a Mortal Kombat fan, so I look at it as it's just like the super moves and the punches. All the driving games always have that mission where you're supposed to go out and destroy this other car, and it's just a lot of bumping and bumping and bumping. We have vehicle melee, so instead of this little bump, we treat it like a Hollywood car chase. You have the right stick, you flick it, and it's slam. So it has that Hollywood feel where you're in control of slamming the car back and forth. It's just like being able to punch, but in a car. One of the other great moves in the game is called the Cyclone. You can do it forward. I think we call it the aim shot. Simon would remember for sure. But you can cyclone forward or cyclone backwards. What you can do is then you basically go into a first-person shooter aim, and you're able to take out cars. Cyclone backwards, player does the handbrake, spins around, player takes out any cars chasing him, takes the shots out, and blows them up in one big hit. Really easy, really accessible. People can play it here tonight, but it's just an awesome way for the car chase moments to come out. One thing we do with this game to have a lot more stunts is not only within the game, right on the controller, having those, vehicle melee, the cyclone. We also have a lot of things set up in the game with the player. They have the ability to boost, just like every driving game you've ever wanted. So you're going through, you can't quite catch that guy, build up your meter, boom, boost right into him. A lot of those great things. Then we set up things like you saw in the video, and you can play in the first game, Frantic, where depending on where the player places the things, you're jumping through an office building, camera cuts on all those special moves. What we've done with a lot of the cinematic approach to Wheelman is we've had, first of all, Hollywood guys do all of our storyboards. So some of the John Woo storyboard artists actually do the storyboards for our stuff. We also then have a cinematics team who works with that and does all of it very specifically, working on the cinematics, looking very cool. But they then work with the game designer. So in the missions, the same guys that are doing our Hollywood-style cuts for our cinematics are also working with those guys in the game to build those cameras so that even the game has that same kind of feel of Hollywood cut here, there, back and forth.
I'm looking for a job.